Well, what a way to start football with that Thursday night game. 31-29 ends Tampa Bay as they win on a field goal with 2 seconds left. Oh man, that was a fantastic game. Just had to say after that one. I think, everybody had to say after that one, but what a game it was. I mean, that it just showed that just really was like, all right, this is how we're going to start this NFL season. And I was so happy with how it started. What a game to everybody breaking down the game, giving you a little bit of a recap on what I thought, what I liked, what we did, what I didn't like. And yeah, I mean, it was just a wonderful, wonderful game. I mean, you kind of look at just the production on both sides of the ball. First of all, Cowboys fans and fans who predicted the Cowboys to win this game, you 100%, like, you were wrong technically, but that was a win for you. I mean, that was a close game. The Cowboys almost won that. First of all, Dak Prescott. I mean, talking about how he would come back. What a way to come back from that injury. He looked like he'd been playing for 20 weeks. Fantastic, efficient as ever. 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception on your debut. He outplayed Tom Brady. And I know they won, and I'm not trying to hit against Tom Brady, but if you look at Tom Brady's stats, still fantastic. And I wouldn't say outplayed. That, I guess, is not the right word, but you look at his completion, 42 for 58, drop out 58 times. I think that's a big kind of thing coming in. Is like, is that going to be sustainable for Dak Prescott to be throwing the ball 58 times every game? But again, another big part was they only gave Zeke 11 carries. That's nothing. They gave Zeke 11 carries, which really, for a workhorse back like him, is nothing, but we know why that Buccaneers defense was very good. And you look, we go into the game, I think we didn't see enough of from this Buccaneers team was that linebacking core. We didn't see enough blitzes. They were doing a lot of 4-man rushes, and against a Bucs team who, we see across the NFL, it's a lot of zone blocking. They do a lot of man blocking. They go body to body and they try and beat you with strength, and they were able to. They were that Cowboys offensive. I completely messed it up. That Cowboys offensive line was able to block the Buccaneers linebackers very, very well. That they and not just linebackers, obviously that defensive line very well. Obviously, there were parts, they had backups. Vita Vea was able to destroy that center in that one play just out of brute strength. But besides that, Tyron Smith, we know how good he is. Lyle Collins, two of their tackles, two of the best in the league. And then Dak, you just see his pocket navigation. Same from Brady. That throw to Antonio Brown is fantastic. It's all about navigating. He climbs, and then he delivers strikes to Antonio Brown. Dak, we saw that as well. You see this guy come back and just immediately snap back into that Dak we saw last year. Because if he's throwing 300, 400 yards a game, excuse me. I mean, this guy's going to have the production he had last season. In terms of fantasy, this guy's going to be a absolute monster. And then Amari Cooper. I mean, what a game he had as well. 13 receptions for 139 yards, 10 yards per catch, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, someone who a lot of people were doubting going into the season, injuries, and just, CeeDee Lamb was kind of there. And it might have been the season where CeeDee Lamb steps up, but Cooper looking like one of the best route runners in the NFL and looking like the true wide receiver one. So 150% props to him. But as I was saying earlier, and then I messed up, that linebacking core, not fantastic. If we kind of look at the stats down here, still good, still production. Obviously, 8 tackles, 2 assists from Devin White, who we know how good he is, and 5 tackles and 6 assists from Levante David. I don't think they blitzed enough because we know the versatility these 2 linebackers have, especially Devin White, to get to the quarterback. And what I think the Cowboys are really good is mixing up that playback, playing a lot of play action, which really, kind of confused the linebackers. We saw it from Micah Parsons as well during the game where, being that middle linebacker, and if you bite to a play action, it leaves so much space in the middle of the field. It's just those little things in football, which is so interesting to watch. And then Antoine Winfield, who we know, arguable defensive player, or defensive rookie of the year last year, we didn't see enough of him. And again, as a safety, you're kind of on and off in games because generally you see if you're getting picks, but he's someone who can get into the box. And Shaq Barrett was very, very good. Although he had 1 sack, he was getting to, at least in the first half, was getting to Dak almost every single play. But I mean, it was just, you look at kind of the box score here from quarter. They were equal in the first quarter. Second quarter, the Bucs beat them out a little bit. Second quarter is the Cowboys game, and then third quarter, we knew it was whoever was going to get the ball last was going to win that game. And I'm in no way saying no props to the Bucs, but like you have to give more credit here to a Cowboys team that has a classically bad defense, and yes, let up 31 points. But I think everybody's predicting this. Like this was only going to be a good game if it was a shootout, and the Cowboys stayed up with them. And I think we can't take away like this Cowboys team. I believe had four had four takeaways. I believe two fumbles. Yeah, two fumbles from Ronald Jones, the fumble from Godwin right on the end line, and then the two picks from Tampa Bay. So that defense, while again they let up a ton of points. To be fair, they were still they still I guess held their own kind of. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense, but it's weird. Like the stat lines were weird because Brady was 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions going into the half, and it was like, geez, like that's a lot of no, like those are too high. I know 3 and 2 are high. Those are too high numbers to have at the end of a half. And then again, the backfield for the Buccaneers still kind of a bit of a question mark, and only 9 carries for Leonard Fournette and 4 carries for Ronald Jones, who I expected. Some people were projecting to get like 150 yards and a touchdown. Another massive storyline, it was Antonio Brown, who looks younger. Like he looks a lot younger. I don't know why. Maybe it's his haircut, but 5 receptions, 129 yards, and 1 touchdown. This is why people are arguing, or maybe not, like he is the best receiver of this decade. This guy is just so good route running. His ability to kind of have several gears of speed. We saw him in that touchdown where it looked like he kind of just walked past Anthony Brown, the Cowboys cornerback. And what he did is he used his speed to his advantage. It was kind of he was basically pretending to run a curl and then just kept going. So he goes up, fakes, cut back, and just goes. And well, Tom Brady threw a great pass and he climbed up really well. And Tom Brady created that play, or made it, I guess. Antonio Brown, he cannot take anything away from him. He was still really, really good. I mean, that was a big reason as to why this Bucs, that they didn't score that touchdown. It wasn't their lead, but I mean, this Cowboys team, this is not a good team, and you just stayed with the Super Bowl champs that brought back every single player really well. I mean, if you're a Cowboys fan, 0-1 now, you're not in any way upset about that. Obviously, you're upset about losing, but you're not upset because the next time they play a playoff team is in week 11. If they were to come out here with a win, it would be even better. But like that's with Dak playing like this, if he doesn't get injured, Dak's an MVP candidate. I'm literally a Giants fan. Dak looked so good. Passing was amazing. And just his ability, like you have these 3 fantastic receivers and the ability and Gallup was injured, but the ability to spread it, to have 3 touchdowns and almost 300 yards to 2 of your receivers is just so good. I mean, you can't ask more from your running back or from your quarterback. Tony Pollard on the other side of the rushing side looked really good on those kind of screen passes. He looked really good receiving. We know he was that kind of back, and then he got a couple of rushes and he actually looked pretty effective. Again, it's sad to see Zeke not getting much, but I think the Cowboys are finding so much success in the air, is why we saw Dak drop back 58 times, that they wanted to stay with that. And I think the game was only going to be won if they'd done that. I think Zeke understood that. And what Zeke did really good is picking up that man when he had to block. Dak did not get hit a lot. He did not get hit a lot. I think I didn't see him really get sacked in the pocket too much. If we look here on the defensive side, how many? Yeah, they sacked him once. Oh my God. Yeah, they sacked him once, and that was Shaq Barrett when he was rolling out in the bootleg, which is just crazy. But man, it was just such a good game. I hope you guys did enjoy that game. I'm so excited for the NFL season. If you are, subscribe. This is the place for NFL content. I'm Kean McDermott. We'll be going live probably on Sunday for the games. I don't know. We'll be interactive. We'll be here. So make sure you come check around to the channel. Weekly predictions every single Monday to Tuesday. And yeah, it's just what a game to start on. This is the type of game that gets you excited for the season. Already one of the best games of the season, and it was the first one. But Thursday Night Football always excites. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you next time. This is Kean McDermott. Subscribe, like, comment, follow us on social media. All those links are down below. I'll see you next time.